Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala.
A middle-aged, weak-looking man came with a walking stick in his hand, placed it before Bhagavan, bowed low and sat near Maharshi. He got up and with great humility offered the stick to Bhagavan, saying that it was sandalwood. Sri Bhagavan took him to keep it for himself, because nothing of Bhagavan's can be safeguarded. Being common property but coveted by some, it will be taken away by any visitor with or without Bhagavan's permission. Then the donor may be displeased. But the man still humbly insisted. Sri Bhagavan could not resist his supplications and said, "Keep it yourself as prasad from Bhagavan." The man then requested that the stick might first be taken and then given to him by Sri Bhagavan with his blessings. Sri Bhagavan received it, smelled it, said it was fine, nodded, and handed it back to the man, saying, "Keep it, it will make you always remember me." Talk number 244. Maharani Saiba spoke in a gentle and low voice, but quite audibly. Maharajji, I have the good fortune to see you. My eyes have had the pleasure of seeing you, my ears the pleasure of hearing your voice. I am blessed with everything that a human being would like to have. Her Highness' voice choked. With great strength of mind, she rallied and proceeded slowly. I have all that I want a human being could want, but I do not have peace of mind. Something prevents it. Probably my destiny. There was silence for a few minutes. Then Maharshi, in his usual sweet manner, spoke. All right, what need be said has been said. Well, what is destiny? There is no destiny. Surrender and all will be well. Throw all the responsibility on God. Do not bear the burden yourself. What can destiny do to you then? The devotee then said, Surrender is impossible. To this, Maharshi replied, Yes, complete surrender is impossible in the beginning. Partial surrender is certainly possible for all. In course of time, that will lead to complete surrender. Well, if surrender is impossible, what can be done? There is no peace of mind. You are helpless to bring it about. It can be done only by surrender. Then the devotee said, Partial surrender, well, can it undo destiny? Maharshi said, Oh yes, it can. The devotee replied, Is not destiny due to past karma? If one is surrendered to God, God will look to it, said Maharshi. This being God's dispassion, how does God undo it? Asked the devotee. Maharshi replied, All are in Him only. To this the devotee said, How is God to be seen? Within, said Bhagavan. If the mind is turned inward, God manifests as inner consciousness. To this the devotee replied, God is in all the objects we see around. They say we should see God in all of them. Maharshi said, God is in all and in the seer. Where else can God be seen? He cannot be found outside. He should be felt within. To see the objects, mind is necessary. To conceive God in them is a mental operation, but that is not real. The consciousness within, purged of the mind, is felt as God. The devotee then said, There are, say, beautiful colors. It is a pleasure to watch them. We can see God in them. Maharshi said, Yeah, they are all mental conceptions. But there are more than colors. I mentioned colors only as an example, said the devotee. Maharshi said, they are also similarly mental. Everything is mental. A mind's projection. The devotee said, there is the body also, the senses and the mind. The soul makes use of all these for knowing things. Maharshi said, the objects or feelings or thoughts are all mental conceptions. The mind rises after the rise of the I thought or the ego. Wherefrom does the ego arise? From the abstract consciousness or pure intelligence. Then the devotee asked, is it the soul? Soul, mind, or ego are mere words. There are no entities of the kind. Consciousness is the only truth. To this the devotee said, then that consciousness cannot give any pleasure. Its nature is bliss, said Maharshi. Bliss alone is. There is no enjoyer to enjoy pleasure. Enjoyer and joy both merge in it. The devotee then asked, there are pleasure and pain in ordinary life. Should we not remain with only pleasure? Maharshi said, pleasure consists in turning and keeping the mind within, pain in sending it outward. There is only pleasure. Absence of pleasure is called pain. One's nature is pleasure or bliss, ananda. Is it the soul? Asked the devotee. Soul and God are only mental conceptions. Is God only a mental conception? Asked the devotee. Yes, said Maharshi. Do you think of God in sleep? Devotee said, but sleep is a state of dullness. Maharshi replied, if God be real, He must remain always. You remain in sleep and in wakefulness, just the same. If God be as true as yourself, God must be in sleep as well as the self. This thought of God arises only in the wakeful state. Which thinks now? I think, said the devotee. Who is this I? Who says it? Is it the body? Replied Bhagavan. The body speaks. No, the body does not speak, replied Bhagavan. If so, did it speak in sleep? Who is this I? Replied Bhagavan. The devotee then said, I within the body. Then Maharshi, are you within the body or without? I am certainly within the body. Do you know it to be so in your sleep? I remain in my body in sleep also. Are you aware of being within the body in sleep? Sleep is a state of dullness. Maharshi replied, the fact is, you are neither within nor without. Sleep is the natural state of being. Devotee, then sleep must be better state than this. Maharshi, there is no superior or inferior state. In sleep, in dream, and in the wakeful state, you are just the same. Sleep is a state of happiness. There is no misery. The sense of want, of pain, etc. arises only in the wakeful state. What is the change that has taken place? You are the same in both. But there is difference in happiness. Why? Because the mind has risen now. The mind rises after the I thought. The thought arises from the consciousness. If one abides in it, one is always happy. The devotee said, the sleep state is the state when the mind is quiet. I consider it a worse state. Maharshi said, if that were so, why do all desire sleep? Devotee said, it is the body when tired that goes to sleep. Does the body sleep? Asked Maharshi. Yes, said the devotee. It is the condition in which the wear and tear of the body is repaired. Maharshi replied, let it be so. But does the body itself sleep or wake up? You yourself said shortly before that mind is quiet in sleep. The three states are of the mind. Devotee, Are they not the states of soul functioning through the senses, etc.? Maharshi said, they are not of the soul or of the body. The soul remains always uncontaminated. It is the substratum running through all these three states. Wakefulness passes off, I am. The dream state passes off, I am. The sleep state passes off, I am. They repeat themselves, and yet I am remains. They are like pictures moving on the screen in a cinema show. They do not affect the screen. Similarly also, I remain unaffected all through these states, although these states pass off. If it is of the body, are you aware of the body in sleep? No, said the devotee. Without knowing the body to be there, how can the body be said to be in a sleep? Asked Maharshi. Because it is still found after waking up. To this, Maharshi said, the sense of body is a thought. The thought is of the mind. The mind rises after the I thought. The I thought is the root thought. If that is felt, the other thoughts will disappear. There will then be no body, no mind, not even the ego. What will remain then? Asked the devotee. The self in its purity. Devotee asked, how can the mind be made to vanish? Maharshi, no attempt is made to destroy it. To think or wish it is itself a thought. If the thinker is sought, the thoughts will disappear. Devotee, will they disappear of themselves? It looks so difficult. To this, Maharshi said, they will disappear because they are unreal. The idea of difficulty is itself an obstacle to realization. It must be overcome. To remain as self is not difficult. Devotee, it looks easy to think of God in external world, whereas it looks difficult to remain without thoughts. Maharshi said, that is absurd. To look at other things is easy and to look within is difficult. It must be contrariwise. Devotee, but I do not understand. It is difficult. This thought of difficulty is the chief obstacle, said Bhagavan. A little practice will make you think differently. What is this practice? Asked devotee. To find out the source of I. Devotee said, that was the state before one's birth. To this, Maharshi said, why should one think of birth and death? Are you really born? The rising of mind is called birth. After mind, the body thought arises and the body is seen. Then the thought of birth, the state before birth, death, the state after death, all these are only of the mind. Whose is the birth? To this the devotee said, am I not now born? Maharshi said, so long as the body is considered, birth is real. But the body is not I. The self is not born, nor does it die. There is nothing anew. The sages see everything in and of the self. There is no diversity in it. Therefore, there is neither birth nor death. The devotee asked, if sleep be such a good state, why does not one like to be always in it? Maharshi, one is always only in sleep. The present waking state is no more than a dream. Dream can take place only in sleep. Sleep is the underlying substratum of these three states. Manifestation of these three states is again a dream, which is in turn another sleep. In this way, these states of dream and sleep are endless. Similar to these states, birth and death are also dreams in a sleep. Really speaking, there is no birth nor death. End of talk 244.